All right, let's talk about full strokes. Our letter A, right? So essentially what we're doing here is we're doing huge 90-degree angle, right? Basically throwing the stick down to the head and letting that pop back up to you. So make sure your fingers are out of the way so you can accept the rebound, right? And again, it's a 90-degree angle from the surface of the pad or the drum, wherever you're pointing from. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, our next one is half strokes, letter B, right? So half strokes are going to be at a 45-degree angle, whereas our full strokes are at a 90-degree angle, right? Same kind of thing. We're going to basically, like we're dribbling the basketball. Now we're doing eighth notes instead of quarter notes. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so our next one is letter C, which is a combination of singles, doubles, and triple strokes, right? So, in the first measure, we're going to have 2 beats of singles, then 2 beats of doubles. Then in the following measure, we'll have 3 beats of triple strokes, followed by 1 beat of single strokes to even it out to bring us back to 4. And I'll demonstrate each measure, and then we'll put them together, right? So our first measure, and I'm going to play this nice and slow, right, is... singles first, so 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Then 3 E and a, 4 E and will be our doubles. 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Then the following measure, 3 beats. In other words, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a of the triple strokes, followed by single strokes at the end, right? So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E. Our singles, 4 E and a, right? A little tricky, but you'll get it. Here we go. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a. Okay, letter D, here we go. Now we're doing quadruple strokes, which we rarely call them that, but they're 4 on a hand, right? So basically 1 E and a, 2 E and a, right? And we're going to do that for all of those measures, all 2 measures, right? Here we go. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, letter E, we're going to be doing buzz rolls, also called press rolls, also called close rolls. They have a lot of names. All right, so our first measure is going to be 8th note buzz rolls, second measure 16th note buzz rolls, right? We're going to need a difference in heights between those two because the longer the space that we need to kind of stretch out that buzz roll, right? Well, the more velocity we're going to need to kind of carry it through. So notice the difference in stick heights on the 8th note buzz rolls and then the 16th notes. Here we go. 8th notes in the first measure, 16th notes in the second. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, letter F is going to be singles and then diddles, right? So notice I said diddles, not double strokes, right? Double strokes are typically going to be where we're tapped out, right? Diddles are where we're letting them bounce. So we're going to let these bounce, right? Don't worry about how clean they are. The more you practice them, the cleaner they'll get, right? So here we go. We're going to do 2 beats of single strokes followed by 2 beats of diddles, right? Here we go. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, letter G is our paradiddles, right? So remember, a paradiddle is single, single, and then a double stroke at the end, right? So right, left, right, or left, left. So now we play those without accents, and we also play them with accents. So we need to learn them both ways, right? So the first measure will have no accents, and then our second measure will be with the accents. Remember, an accent is just where we lift a little bit higher. It's just a little bit more emphasis on the note, right? Here we go. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. 1 All right, letter H is flams, right? Flams are a little tricky to do, but let's break them down real quick, right? What a flam is. When you look at a flam, you're going to see a big letter and a small letter. The big letter is your lead hand, right? That's the hand that's going to be highest. And we're going to do that at about a half stroke level, so that 45-degree angle that we talked about, right? And then we're going to do the other hand, which is called the grace note hand. Very, very small, about, an inch, half an inch or so off of the drum, right? So it'll sound like this. You want to make sure that grace note hits just before the lead hand does, right? So first measure, we're going to do quarter notes, and then our second measure, we'll do eighth notes. We're going to count in eighth notes. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so letter I is flam taps, right? So let's remember that a flam, right, was that tiny grace note down low, followed by a half stroke level up here, that 45-degree angle, just like that. A flam tap is basically going to be that flam, then followed by just a regular tap on the lead hand of the flam, right? So we're going to do quarter notes in the first measure, eighth notes in the following measure, right? Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay, so letter J, drags, right? So what a drag is basically, it's a teeny tiny little diddle leading up to the main note. Now, the main note is on the beat. We don't start the drag, right, on the beat, right? We start it right before the beat, leading up to the main note. So let me demonstrate. So if we count quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, it would be 1, notice how the drag led up to, right, where the quarter note was, where the main beat would go, or the main note would go. Hope that makes sense. Here we go. First measure, quarter notes. We're going to alternate between those, alternate hands. And then the second measure, we're going to do 3 groups of eighth notes. One starting with the right, one starting with the left. And that's the main note I'm talking about. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Letter K, another one of our very important 16th note rhythms, right? So in letter K, we're going to rest on the very first beat, which is hard to do, which was typically we would play a right hand. We're not going to play that right hand. Try not to ghost that right hand either, right? So we're just going to play E and that's going to be left, right, left with our sticking. Here we go. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E. Okay, letter L, some of our very important 16th note rhythms, right? So this one is 1 E and then we rest on the 2 different stickings for this. We can play this with single strokes, which would be right, left, right, right, left, right. Or we can play them with double strokes, right, right, left. I'm going to play single strokes in the first measure, and I'll play the double strokes in the second measure. Here we go. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2. All right, letter M, some very important 16th note rhythms, right? So this one's going to be 1, rest on the E, play and right? 2 different stickings for that. We'll have single stroke sticking as right, right, left, right, right, left, right. Double stroke sticking, which will be right, left, left, right, left, left, right. I'll do the single stroke sticking in the first measure. I'll do the double stroke sticking in the second measure. Here we go. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E. Okay, letter N, another important 16th note rhythm. This one we're going to play on the very first beat and then the very last beat. So we're going to play on the 1 and play on the rest on the E and. So that's going to sound like 1 E and So our sticking is going to be right, left, right, left, right. Here we go. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and Okay, letter O, here we go. This is a very tricky 16th note rhythm. We're going to play on the beat 1, play on the E, rest on the and then play on the Our sticking is going to be right, left, left, right, left. Little tricky, but you can get this one. Here we go. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and 1 E and a. Okay, finally, letter P is our timetable. So what the timetable is we're going to go through each of our subdivisions, right? So we're going to have 2 beats of 8th notes, 2 beats of 8th note triplets, followed by 2 beats of 16th notes, followed by 2 beats of 16th note triplets, with the last beat being accented 16th note triplets, right? So I'm going to count quarter notes on this one because it's going to be really hard to count anything else, right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,